Buckle up and prepare for an otherworldly adventure as we embark on a thrilling exploration of 10 moons that hold the tantalizing potential for human colonization. Are you prepared to embark on a journey that will redefine the very essence of what it means to be human? Then fasten your seatbelts, for the colonization of these extraordinary moons awaits. When we talk about human colonies being established in space, many of us probably think of Mars, and with good reason. We've been fascinated with the red planet for thousands of years, and both NASA and several private companies are making serious attempts to colonize it within decades. Whether they could host a small permanent base to launch further missions or a full-fledged colonized society, here are 10 moons that human beings may very well call home in the future. 1. Europa. Not only is there a good chance that humans would be able to live on Europa, but it's also possible that life may already exist there. One of Jupiter's many moons, Europa, has a thick icy crust, but a vast ocean is believed to be underneath it. It also has a rocky inner core, which could help to produce the correct environment to support alien life, be it simple microbes or more advanced living creatures. Studies of the expected ocean and how it cycles oxygen and hydrogen will be a good indicator for the real chances of life on Europa, as well as how real the possibility of humans being able to colonize it are. NASA hopes to determine whether the water reacts with the rocky core of the moon and then see if this reaction creates both heat and hydrogen, as the process does here on Earth. The study of oxidants in the icy crust will be an indicator of the amount of oxygen produced and how much of it is pushed into the ocean below. 2. Titan. Although it's in the outer solar system, Saturn's moon Titan is probably one of the more favorable places for humans and one that many people believe we should be looking to colonize in the future. Humans would still require breathing apparatuses, as the atmosphere is unbreathable to us, but there would be no need to wear pressurized spacesuits. There would, however, be a need to wear protective clothing due to the severely cold temperatures, which average minus 179 degrees Celsius, minus 290 degrees Dageff. The gravity there would be slightly less than the gravity of our moon, which would make walking a clumsy activity, whereas traveling through the air in simple vehicles, powered by nothing more than humans themselves, would be relatively simple. 3. Miranda. Although Titania is the largest of Uranus's moons, Miranda, the smallest of the planet's 5 large moons, may prove to be a better place to set up a colony. Several of the fault cliffs of Miranda are extremely deep, in some cases nearly 12 times as deep as the Grand Canyon here on Earth. These could offer ideal places to land and set up a base that is protected somewhat from the outer elements, which would include charged, radioactive particles produced by Uranus's magnetosphere. Miranda also has no atmosphere to provide any protection from these particles. Ice exists on Miranda in abundance. Astronomers and researchers estimate it to be half of the moon's overall composition. Like Europa, there is a possibility that liquid water may exist under this ice, something that is not likely to be known for sure until it is studied at a much closer distance than we've currently managed. 4. Enslidus. According to some researchers, not only would Enslidus, one of Saturn's main moons, be a good place to set up a colony and observe the ringed planet, but it might also be the place most likely to already support life. Enceladus is covered in ice, but it has been observed spewing ice particles high into space from geyser-like jets. Samples have been collected and analyzed by the Cassini spacecraft, which detected liquid water, nitrogen, and organic carbon. These elements, as well as the energy source that sent them out into space in the first place, are essentially the building blocks of life. The next step now for scientists is to discover if more complex organisms are hidden beneath the icy surface. The results from initial testing of the contents of the plumes have made Enceladus more attractive to scientists. 5. Charon. As NASA's New Horizons space probe made its way to Pluto, it also sent back amazing images of the dwarf planet's largest moon, Charon. These images sparked a debate among scientists as to whether or not geological activity is present due to the surface of Charon and Pluto appearing to be much younger than scientists had predicted. Although there are cracks on Charon's surface, it seems to be relatively free of asteroid markings and craters, which according to the New Horizons research team could suggest that Charon is an active world. The cracks themselves are similar to the lava tubes found on our moon and would be perfect for setting up a human research base or colony. 6. The Moon. Of course, when all is said and done, the first place in space that will be colonized is likely to be our very own moon, Eka Luna. As well as being a good dress rehearsal for missions much further afield, Establishing a base on the moon would serve as a great launching point for missions into deeper space. A story circulated many media platforms in March 2016 suggested that scientists predict such a base could very well be established within the next decade. Chris McKay, a NASA astrobiologist, is one person who is very much in favor of making the mission a reality. He believes that other missions to the moon since Apollo 17 have failed due to them simply being too expensive, but his team's plan will be a fraction of the cost. He states that this is partly due to new technologies which were designed for use on Earth but will also be very cost-effective in space, such as self-driving cars and waste recycling toilets. 7. Mimas. Known as the Death Star moon, Saturn's icy, rocky moon Mimas may have an ocean beneath its otherwise unwelcoming surface, which may be suitable for life. Examination of the Cassini footage by scientists revealed that Mimas appeared to rock back and forth as it went around in its orbit. This can suggest activity beneath its surface. Although scientists were very cautious with their findings, noting that there hadn't been any other signs of geological activity, they stated if an ocean was discovered, the moon should certainly be considered a possibility for colonization. It's estimated the possible ocean would be around 24 to 29 kilometers, 15 to 18 miles beneath the surface. 8. Triton. Images and data sent back from the Voyager 2 spacecraft in August 1989 showed that the surface of Neptune's largest moon, Triton, was made up of rock and nitrogen ice. It also raised the possibility that there was activity under the surface, which might suggest the presence of liquid water. While Triton has an atmosphere, it is so thin that it would be virtually non-existent to anyone on the surface. Not that you would be able to step outside without some very heavy-duty protective clothing anyway. Triton has an average temperature of -235 degrees Celsius, -391 Phi, which makes it the coldest body in the known universe. 9. Ganymede. Ganymede is Jupiter's largest moon, and like other celestial bodies in our solar system, with the improvement of technology has come the suspicion that liquid water exists under its surface. Compared to other ice-covered moons, Ganymede's surface is thought to be relatively thin and therefore should be easier to penetrate. Ganymede is also the only moon in the solar system to have its magnetic field. This gives the moon auroras similar to the ones on Earth. The fact that these auroras don't appear to move in any great way indicates to scientists there is an ocean under the surface. Ganymede also has a thin oxygen atmosphere. Although it seems to be too thin for life as we know it to exist, the potential for some form of terraforming exists. 10. Callisto. Approximately the same size as the planet Mercury, Jupiter's second-largest moon, Callisto, is another moon that appears to have a vast liquid ocean under its icy surface and, consequently, great potential for colonization. The surface of Callisto consists mainly of craters and what are essentially fields of ice. Callisto also has a thin atmosphere made up of carbon dioxide. Research already undertaken suggests that this atmosphere is being replenished by carbon dioxide released from beneath the surface, as it is too thin to remain in place otherwise. As we reluctantly bid farewell to this thrilling expedition through the tantalizing moons that beckon us to venture beyond Earth's boundaries, one thing becomes abundantly clear. Our cosmic neighborhood is teeming with celestial havens waiting to embrace our presence. From the ethereal beauty of Europa with its hidden subsurface oceans to the rugged landscapes of Triton shrouded in a thick atmosphere, each moon holds the promise of a new frontier where humanity can flourish and expand its reach. If you found our video informative, kindly subscribe to our channel so you won't miss out on our videos.